Hey guys, I'm going to show you myself today. Okay, so welcome back. I hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. We have just a few more things I'm going to hit this week and then we're done. Make sure you're doing the attendance check every day. At this point, I really just want you to do them so that I can read about you. I've asked you guys some questions that I'm just interested to see what you guys have to say. I am going to read all of them, so put in some effort and tell me what you think. Okay, so synthetic division, here we go. And this is something that we normally would have covered back when we did rational functions, but I kind of skipped over it because we were running a little bit behind, and since we have a few days here at the end, we're going to hit it again, okay? Or we're going to hit it. I think synthetic division is kind of fun, so we'll see. So you should have these notes posted, and then the assignment is right under it. So this gives you step-by-step how to do synthetic division. I think the best way to do it is just to jump in, and so I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to work problem number 1 with you. Actually, I'll probably do 1 and 2, or both number 1s. So since you guys are at home, this is how I want you to work this assignment. You don't have a partner to work with to check, so this is how I want you to do it. I'm going to work number 1 and number 1 and show you that the answers, even though they're different problems, the answers will be the same. And then I want you to pick, I think there are 5 problems total. I want you to pick 3 others. So that'll be 6 problems total that you'll do. So if you want to do 3, 4, and 5, or 2, 3, and 4, but you're going to do both of them. So do this problem, and then the next one, make sure your answers match. So you're checking yourself, basically. And that'll be how we do this assignment. Does that make, well, let's see, 1, 2, no, because I'll probably just do 2 more. Pick 2 more and then do both of them. That'll give you guys 4 problems, just like my kids in class are doing 4 problems, okay? So 2 more. Sorry for that long explanation. All right, so here we go. I'm going to do both number 1s with you, and then you're going to pick 2 others, either do the number 2s and 3s, or do the 3s and 4s, or do the 4s and 5s. I hope you get the idea. If you're confused, email me and I will explain better. Okay. So the first let's kind of look at this example. We're going to use synthetic division when we have a polynomial of degree higher than 2 and we're dividing by a polynomial. Okay. So we want to know what is this polynomial divided by this polynomial? Okay. So we are going to write down the 0. So that's the thing that we have. So if I solved this for 0, x minus 5 equals 0, this would be x equals 5. So I have a 0 at 5. And we're going to assume that this is a true statement, right? We're going to assume this as a 0. So we're going to write it down over here in this little house. This is what we're calling the house. And then step number 2 says list out the coefficients. So the coefficients of the polynomial that you're dividing, of the thing you're dividing by. So my coefficient of x cubed is 1. My coefficient of x squared is -2. My coefficient of x is -8. My constant is -35. Okay, so I'm going to start this process over here, and then we'll kind of use these steps to go through this. Okay, so number 1 here, we have n plus 5. So if I were to set that equal to 0, we would have n equals -5. So I'm going to put -5 in my house. And then I'm going to write down the coefficients. So I have 3n to the power of 4, and 22n cubed, and 45n squared, a 60n, and 50. So step number 3 tells me bring down the first coefficient. So I'm going to draw this line. I'm going to bring down the first coefficient, which is 3. Step number 4 says multiply the first coefficient by the house number. So this number times this number gives me this number. That's where I'm going to put it, okay? Write the product under the second coefficient. So I'm going to do this number times this number and write it here. So negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. And then I'm going to add. So here I have 22 plus negative 15, which is just 22 minus 15. And I'm not going to do that. I think it's 7, right? Yeah, I was right. Okay. It's been a long day. I'm scared I can't do little math, okay? So 22 minus 15 is 7. And then I'm going to do this process again. So I'm going to do negative 5. I think that's what it says. Add down and then repeat. So now I'm going to go back and do negative 5. Negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. And then I'm going to add again. 45 plus negative 35, or 45 minus 35 is 10. Then I'm going to do this again. Negative 5 times 10 is negative 50. So 60 minus negative 50 is 10 again. And then negative 5 times 10 is negative 50, and this gives me 0. So I'm going to use the final numbers to write a polynomial. And then it says, I can't really read the whole thing down here because I've got this little, oh, here, I can hide this. There we go. Use the quadratic formula to find the other zeros. So for now, I just want you to do the synthetic division part. We're not going to worry about quadratic formula. We've done that a lot this year, so I'm not going to push y'all to do that. So what this means is we've divided out an n plus 5 from this large polynomial. So that means what I'm left with is this thing factors to be n plus 5 times 3n, I factored one n out, so 3n cubed plus 7n squared plus 10n plus 10, and this is my factors. So this is what I multiplied n plus 5 by to get 3n to the power of 4 plus 22n cubed. So if I were to multiply these back together, I'd get back to that first problem. So I want you to notice that I took out an n, so this left me with an n cubed, an n squared, an n, and then my constant was the last number. This is a perfect 0 because we ended up with a remainder of 0 here. Okay, so let's do it again over here. So I have n plus 3 equals 0, so n equals negative 3. So I'm going to put negative 3 in my house. Then I have 3n to the power of 4 plus 16n cubed plus 31n squared, 40n, and 30. So I'm going to bring down this, hold on, let me bring this up a little bit. I'm going to bring down my first coefficient is 3. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. 16 minus 9 is 7, right? Yeah, okay. Negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. So this is 10. 31 minus 21 is 10. Negative 3 times 10 is negative 30. So this is 10 again. Negative 3 times 10 is negative 30, and this is 0. So this means this polynomial, this first polynomial up here, 3n to the power of 4 plus 16n cubed, so on and so forth, divided by n plus 3, is going to be 3n. I've taken out an n, so 3n cubed plus 7n squared plus 10n plus 10. So there we go. All right, I'm going to let you guys pick any of the other two that you want to. So you're doing, oh, I'm sorry, the whole point of this activity, come on, Miss Green, get it together. The whole point of this activity is to show you that number ones match. So this answer is correct because it matches this answer. We got 3n cubed plus 7n squared plus 10n plus 10 on both answers. So that's how I know I got them right, okay? So I want you to choose two other problems. You can do the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, or the 5s, 2 sets, and then check both of them. So work both problems, make sure you get the same answer on both sides, and then submit a picture of your work on Canvas. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. We'll continue to practice this a little bit more over the next few days. All right, y'all have a great day, and I will see you later.